The books is in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They here.
Log in to KofiPaisaTV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, from Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, One Night Before Bed by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisa, From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, As I Learned, We All Learn by Kofi Paisa. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaTV.com.
ETM Hotel, Randy Shawn, welcome in peace. My name is Shawn. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Science with Shawn. Hopefully you can hear me okay. If not, let me see. Good thing I'm an FBJ. I want to tell you, I'm telling you, I gotta prove it. Nah, I'm doing it live. I'm live, bruh. I ain't gonna shoot you on no LB. Nah, that's low budget. I'm gonna shoot you the link. Peace to everybody in the chat. Omar, Donnie, Stacey, was good. Like the show, share the show. Tell a friend. What up, Teddy? What's good? Come on, y'all. Get in the building. Get in the building. Get in the building. Let's go. I don't know if T'Challa now still live. They might be still live. Oh, they just ended. I ain't mean it. I ain't want to cut the string. What up, Rashad? What's good? I'm looking for my homie, man. Tim, man. Come on, Tim. Don't play with me, Tim. Come on, man. Where you at? I'm looking for my bro, Tim. I'm looking for Tim. All right, making excuses. All right. Tune in. All right, so where we at? Taco. Yeah, so my bro hit me with some foolishness a second ago on a little private conversation that we was having, and I just got tired of typing. You know what I'm saying? I just got tired of typing. I was like, let's just deal with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said scientists did. He said scientists. What he said? Hold up. I want to take him out of context. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what sparked it. So I did my V-Safe check-in, and he said, "You got the shot?" And I said, "Yes." And I let him know that he late because that's my second vaccine. And then I told him that he was wrong on some stuff that he had on his Facebook page. I just never said nothing to him on the page. He said, when was I being wrong about it? And I actually explained it to him. He said, I seen that thing on YouTube about the vaccines, but what the scientists are saying, I'm not taking it. So we talking about the status, and then he's talking about he hit the post that I was referring to was a was a post that Kwanzi put up in 2019 talking about the Tuskegee experiment, where they refused to treat people. So I'm trying to understand how he got that confused with taking a vaccine. The vaccine didn't have anything to do with untreated syphilis. Those are two different things. So the argument was kind of fudged up, and I was trying to show that. And then he says, and then I says, I'm telling you to take it because I know the science. How you mix this up? There you go. I done got him. Come on here. so, so I was explaining it to everybody. I was explaining to everybody where we was at in the conversation. So what I was telling them is that the reason that I said your post is wrong is because you mixed it up. A vaccine didn't get a people syphilis. They was untreated. They had an actual cure for for syphilis. They just refused to treat the people. But they did this with white people too, in in the UK, some area over there. So not specifically the UK, but it was some white people over there near there, like Ireland or something like that. And what they did was they refused to treat them and study how they would behave or react. So when you said some folks telling you to take the vaccine, I'm saying that's incorrect because a vaccine didn't lead to them giving people syphilis. They already had it. They just refused the treatment. And then you said the scientists told you to not take the vaccine, and the FDA said not to take the vaccine.
I see.
Right?
Yeah, I said. Now I knew better than to send that to you of all people, because when when I'm battling folks online, you are my go-to person.
Yeah.
That's how I put everybody else in their place. So I was damn, I was all wrong about that. I should have got some bosses.
I know. I just laughed at. I said, I know.
I'm like, I gotta
You
join.
usually ask me. You usually ask me. You be like, "As is true."
Yeah. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't have joined. I'm like, nah, I can't, because this is who I got mad respect.
Nah. I ain't want you. I didn't want you. All right. So look. So we live not because we disagree on the topic. You know what I mean? It's okay to like disagree on the topic,
Right.
but we could disagree, but we could clean up the misinformation. You feel me? Like you don't have to take it. I'm not going to tell you to. I'm not promoting people to take. I'm not saying, man, look, you need to take it. I'm only promoting the science, which stands as a correction to the misinformation.
Right.
Now, based on the misinformation campaign, I'm going to say, no, that is not true, and this is how. And then I'll demonstrate exactly how the information is not true. But I'm not going to say, and do this. No, I'm gonna let you make your own mind up. If you already made your mind up, I ain't finna try to change your mind. You feel me? That's wasting my energy. So I was like, nah, I don't want nobody to think it. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I hit the button is because I was teasing you about talking. I'm not even gonna do that. I got way more respect for you than to talk shit about you.
Right.
So it's a teaching moment for both of us. Like, what can we learn? Like you stern on like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I just think that some information could be have been passed down and people just caught wind of it. And that be the reason why people be like, nah, they want to shut it off immediately. So first, man, I want to say this. I want to clear this up real quick. The FDA thing. The FDA approved it for emergency use. The full BLA, which is full authorization, can't come until after the phase 3 and phase 2 trials in children, which is in progress.
Right.
Okay. Once the trial data, which they already got early trial data from the ages of 12 to 15, no one really got sick out of that age group who received the vaccine from that age group. So they went to the pre-pediatric people, kids, right?
Right.
Um, so they dealing with that. So when they come out with that data, and then they come out with the pregnant women data, which they also already have, when they come out with that information, they can file for BLA.
Mm.
Now, it here's the thing: the trials have to complete, and then they have to do follow-up for 2 months. So the end game for full approval or authorization comes in the new school year around that August or September mark, or maybe even a little bit before that. It just depends on the FDA. But they would never not approve a vaccine for use. Um, we wouldn't even be getting vaccinated right now if it wasn't approved for use. And I'm gonna give you an example of that. AstraZeneca, their phase 3 trial data stinks. The FDA had it up twice, refused to approve that data twice. They looked at the data in the world, they looked at the data in a small trial, they're not turned on by it. So they refused to approve it. Now, that's good on our end because
Mm.
they telling AstraZeneca to look, you need to get your stuff together before we would approve your vaccine. Plus,
Right.
we got Moderna and we got Pfizer.
Mm.
Both are working over 94% efficacy rate, reducing transmission and infection. So we have we have two very great vaccines. Then we have Johnson and Johnson, another great vaccine. The problem is that in 6 women we had to pause administering Johnson and Johnson after almost 7 million people got it because we needed to study and know more about these 6 women with this rare blood clot or rare blood platelets
And
issue.
another thing, I feel like because right now then with the media is pumping that DMX died from an overdose, and I could tell you personally that that's a lie because DMX, DMX wife, and my uncle's um baby mother are twin sisters. So I'm not telling you no information that I think I know. This is information
Oh, you saying say it again so everybody know.
I said DMX wife and my uncle KP's baby mother are twin sisters. So this information that I'm giving you is coming from family, not from what I feel. And they are very upset that people think that that's an overdose because he took the vaccine and 3 days later he had a heart attack. Now, what they
Okay,
believe,
hold on. Stop right there. Stop right there. You saying this is from people that you know, correct?
yes,
All right. So there's people also in the family, and I don't know if you're aware of this information or not, but his family has spoken out, and
no,
he ain't got no vaccine.
no, that he definitely took the vaccine. He
When did he get the
hold on. All
vaccine?
right, let me go to the family because it's two different sides. It's two sides of the family that's speaking. More so like his mother, who was addressing the issues, and then you have
Right.
uh
Who's
you
saying
have
that he
then
ain't died from no
right,
vaccine?
then you have his the managers, and then you see how I'm gonna get some more information for you on how the misinformation came out and said that he was taking off life support because someone else it was just conflicted information that was coming out. It's like the family and then the manager the people who manage DMX and then his family. It's like they had to like make amends on what information they wanted to really come out. It's really weird, but I'm gonna get back to you on that when I
Yeah,
find out.
yeah. So we'll deal with that because the coroner is doing an autopsy. So they will tell us exactly what the um the cause of death is. So did
Exactly.
DMX take the COVID-19 vaccine days before the heart attack? We wouldn't consider an unnamed source from a gossip site as a reliable source of information. So
What source is that?
DMX, hold up. Here's the claim. DMX took the COVID-19 vaccine days before he suffered a heart attack. It's unproven. This rumor comes from an unnamed source quoted in a gossip magazine that has published inaccurate information on more than one occasion. As of this writing, there's no evidence that COVID-19 or COVID-19 vaccine played any part in DMX death. So we, we go to the origin, right? So what they did was, who's going to know more information? If you're not the wife, you're not getting the information. The mother is going to
Right.
get any information, right? So
Yeah.
on April 9th, 2021, rapper DMX passed away from the hospital in New York. He had been since suffering a catastrophic cardiac arrest. So he had chest issues, cardiac arrest. He had chest issues. Let's be clear
Yeah.
that he had chest issues. Okay. A
Yes.
week prior. This is a week prior. Now, as news of the musician's demise was circulating on social media, some rumors that DMX had been taking the COVID-19 vaccine shortly before suffering a heart attack. The sole source for the rumor that DMX took a vaccine shortly before his heart attack is an unnamed family member that was quoted in an article in MTO News. So here's the source, MTO News. The alleged family member alleged DMX got the vaccine when they opened it up to people over 50. He got it so that he could go travel and perform, stuff like that. Everyone in the news keeps saying DMX had a drug overdose. How do they know? I'm in the family and no doctor told me anything about an overdose. Yes, he had past issues with drugs, but nobody knows that he had an OD. It's effed up that it is being reported like that. He took the vaccine and he had a heart attack. I'm not saying the vaccine did it, but he never had a heart attack before. All right. So this is conflicting information that was going out to the media, because at the end, there's doubt here. I'm not saying that the vaccine did it.
Oh, I'm
So
not saying that the vaccine did it. I'm just saying that the family is upset that the media think that it was an overdose, because when the first person who I was able to speak to is my cousin Jada. That's a niece. That would be his niece. So I asked her, and I'm like, yo, what everybody's saying over there? But I could hear in the background of them talking. So before I even went to Yonkers to go speak to anyone personally, my cousin is just letting me know like, oh, what's going down. That's why, like, before he died, the day when he died, I called and I'm like, yo, like, are they going to take him off today? But I hear the crying. So I'm like, they was like, they just did. So a few minutes after that is when everybody else found out that they took him off life support. But
right. So
everybody
here's the
right
issue
now,
though.
go
Here's
ahead.
the issue. We don't have proof that he even received the vaccine. That's that would kill. All right, so we don't have proof that he took the vaccine. Secondly, we do know for a fact that he does have a problem with drugs. He still was doing drugs. We have a problem with drugs. We know when he's on and we know when he's off. Rappers know that, and they pay attention to him. Like, he was on drugs when he was doing verses with Snoop. Like, you knew that, not just smoking weed, like more than that, coming into that whole little realm. So we know that, not to
Yes,
wish
I believe
anything.
because he was on Drinking Champs, and I might have seen X maybe 4 days before he went on Drink Champs, and I didn't get none of the vibes. First of all, he never had that weight on him when he was doing the drugs, because you can literally tell when that man is on them, like face sunken and skinny. And I know because literally he's
Yeah,
basically family. I
that that that
see.
doesn't that
So I,
doesn't that's just the different type of that's just a different type of addict. You have addicts that think that they can control uh things like that, because I know a fat addict. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know a fat addict, 400
yeah,
pounds,
I know
and
I
hit the
had it.
hard, and hit the hard. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he carry himself like that. So it's just different. But X, when he was skinny and he was doing certain things, X was moving. He was recording. He was working out. He was
Right,
doing all the other things. He just was doing hard drugs in the process. So he's not doing all the things that he was doing
right,
before. He's not constantly traveling. He's not always up on his feet. He ain't got them. You know what I'm saying? He's not working with his dogs the way that he used to, or train with his dogs. Because remember, like,
right,
the
right.
stories behind women, you could verify this. The stories behind him is that when he worked out, he usually his dogs was around and he was getting it in, in the process with trying to train and do everything because he was hands on with his dogs. Is that not true? You broke up.
Right. Not only that, but they kind of they were trying to start up like a university or something.
You breaking up. Hold on. Can y'all hear? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. So I think y'all can hear me. I think Tim was just bouncing back. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna see if the bro come back. But that's the thing on DMX. I really didn't want to get into DMX. That wasn't the purpose. Let me see. You back now. Let's see if you could be heard.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah, I was trying. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, you was talking and then you kind of like went out.
Yeah. But I'm back now. I
But
can
no,
hear you.
what I was saying, what you were saying before you was cutting out was the fact that they were trying to start that dog university situation where you could train and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I know I kind of got off topic when I brought up DMX, but that's just I had to. I'm sorry. I'm just
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, I ain't want to like about that. But another thing that you actually had said though, when we was just building, so you was like, so hopefully I want you to understand, and I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick. I just want to level up on the FDA situation. All right, so the FDA's job is to ensure the safety of the vaccine, period. Before they license anything, the food that we eat, the alcohol you drink, the miracle metal marijuana and all that stuff, stuff going down like that. Like they labeling up as much stuff as they can, bro. And before they license it, their job is to do this to ensure the safety, effectiveness, and availability of it. Whatever it is always going to run with the safety and the effectiveness of it. It can't be something that they're not going to put something out to the community that's going to be harmful and do anything. So this deals with some specifics right here that I want you to understand. This is a pre-licensure for vaccine safety testing. Now, they talk about the development. They talk about the clinical trials. You see, specific here. Phase 1 clinical trials focus on the safety and include 20 to 100 healthy volunteers in the phase 1 trials. That's what they do in the phase 1. Now, if no serious side effects are found in phase 1, the next phase is 2. So I'm gonna clean this up for a lot of people, not just for the conversation we're having, but for people that have also brought this up, talking about they didn't do the trials or they didn't test. So in order to get to phase 2, you had to have a successful phase 1. I said this before live on Doggy Diamond show, but people didn't understand this. So if no serious side effects occur in phase 1 and phase 2, then they go to phase 3. Now, this is where you get hundreds or thousands of volunteers. In this case, Moderna had like 40-something thousand. Pfizer had 30-something. Well, I know between the two of them, there was like 70-something thousand. Johnson & Johnson, over 100,000 people that had phase 3 trials. That was a part of phase 3 trials for those 3 companies. The results out of those phase 3 trials had to be safe and effective before they would administer an EUA. Once they administer a EUA, then you could administer the vaccine because we're in the middle of a pandemic. You can administer the vaccine and then go for the BLA use once more data is obtained. They wanted to make sure, this is why they did it. They said, we want to make sure that it's safe in adults first. Okay. So anyone between the ages of 18 and above can get the vaccine. Now we can test it in children. Now that we know that people at the age of 16 was able to get the vaccine. So they bagged it back to 16. Then they went and did it to 12. Now they're doing the pediatric kids, right? So now we know after 180 million doses of the vaccine administered that we have a safe and viable vaccine, with 6.8 of that 180 million being Johnson & Johnson administered vaccine. So they provided a pathway, a reporting system, theirs, just like the website you saw me on. My screenshot, VSafe. That's a reporting system, because VSafe, if I'm having any sicknesses, illnesses, if I'm hurting or anything like that, I can report it to VSafe. And then they will tell me to contact my doctor, or they would tell me whatever. But then 9 times out of 10, they go tell me to contact the doctor if I'm having some serious side effects. All right. So the FDA has already approved for EUA, and then they'll get full BLA. Now, this is the documentation to prove that emergency use for the vaccine was cool. See, FDA issues authorization for third vaccine. Learn more about COVID-19 vaccines from the FDA. They're telling you COVID-19 vaccines, 4 facts. By getting the COVID-19 vaccine, you're protecting yourself and making a difference for your loved ones. And then it goes in and gives you all the data that you need. So it links you with the emergency use documents that will provide you the trial results according to the data. Now, here's where I come in. This is where I come in at. You know what I'm saying? Why would I even get engaged in this? The reason that I would engage myself in this conversation is because of the data, where I can go and look and review the data. I can go and see how the trials went, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trial data. I can go and I can look at all the trial data and the facts of those vaccines.
Yeah, that's on the CDC website too, right? I looked at that.
It could be on the CDC website too. I don't care if it's wherever it's at. But I went to the main manufacturers to get the primary. I want the primary. You see what I'm saying? I want the briefing, like right here. I want this 53-page document. You see what I'm saying? I want this 54-page document. See, I already know the pages. I want the Johnson and the Janssen shot. I need all that. So here, I need that. Here, I need that. Here, I need that. And what we're looking at, we're looking at the data. So this is going to tell us what happened in those trials. Why did they approve this vaccine? See, my research question when I go into this is, why did they approve the vaccine? But I know Black people, so the first thing I do when I look at it is forget why they approved the vaccine. Let me go see what Black people want the answer to right now, because they don't have the patience. So I go and look and see how many people died in the trials, how many people got sick in the trials. Those are the most important things right there. Once I've answered those 2 questions, then I go back and I look at, okay, now why did they approve the vaccine? They approved the vaccine because after administering the vaccine in Moderna and Pfizer, 94% of the people was cool. So the efficacy rate was high, meaning out of 40,000 people that participated in the trial, 20,000 in the vaccinated group, the other 20,000 in the placebo group. People in the placebo group got COVID. People in the vaccinated group, a small percentage of them got it, like 4% or 5% of the people 5% or 6% of the people in the vaccinated group out of 20,000 got COVID, but they didn't have an increased risk of any health issues. So they knew that it reduced symptoms. It reduced the risk of hospitalization. It reduced the risk of death. So that answered a bunch of questions. So then we pursued forward what I knew what to do. By the time we get Johnson & Johnson's data, I knew exactly where to go. So we're looking at Johnson & Johnson's right now. We do the full background. We know how many Black people participated in the trials. We know how many white people, Indian, Asian, all of that. See? And one of the other things is that they do the phase 3 follow-ups. So we know after the trials was complete, Moderna and Pfizer in December, they had to do 2-month follow-up, but they're doing a 2-year full study with everybody that participated, allowing them the ability to be able to communicate on a day-to-day or month-to-month basis with these people who actually was a part of the trials, because they're going to answer more questions regarding the benefits and risk of down the line. So most people are like, what is the long-term assessment and the safety and effects? That stuff is always ongoing. They don't know the long-term effects of the MMR vaccine because ingredients change. It's not some of the same ingredients that they were using before. They're using safer and more viable ingredients so that people can get it and not have a fear of something. So behind all this, before we even get to this point, we got to understand what vaccines are. And by understanding what vaccines are, you got to study the immune system. So for the last few years, that's been the key focus outside of us researching history, dealing with Kemet and dealing with all the other topics that we deal with. We've been sunk into this data because we knew a time would come. And it affects Black people way more than it affects some white people. It just so happened that Johnson & Johnson decided to pause over 6 white women. Just keeping it real. And that rare blood clotting issue, because they don't want it to be like AstraZeneca. So they're meeting, they're resolving the issues, they're looking at the data. But this is what determines this data right here. This information determines, for me, I'm not saying for you, for me, if I'm going to take the vaccine, if I'm going to allow my family to take the vaccine, if I'm even going to promote the vaccine to the people in my community and the people that actually trust my research. These 3 pieces of data right here. Doc 1, Doc 2, Doc 3. They all have to stand up to the safety, the efficacy, and the whole 9 yards. See? And all this is trial data. What we've been doing is saying, I ain't getting the vaccine because of the government. But we ain't even looking at the data when we make that decision. We didn't even give ourselves a chance. So we're dealing with a novel virus that never existed before. We get infected, we're gonna give it to our grandparents. All my links are always in the description of the videos. All the links. And the link that gets you to see that, I actually put in here. And all you got to do is click on the links and it take you to where you get. Now, in a previous video, with all this data that I actually put in here, all of these documents are already in other videos. But, because I know, you know what I'm saying, you tripping. I'm gonna put them in the chat. Yeah. Your husband got the vaccine. So I know a lot of people base that. Go ahead. Go ahead, fam.
You can hear me off topic real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see them ones that coming outside?
The ones? Show them to me.
Yeah.
Can you share?
The the baby blue with the gray check.
No, I haven't seen them.
Damn.
You talking
Because I
about
was
the
gonna
no, no,
ask if
no,
you had.
the Jordan ones? You talking about the Jordan ones? Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
How do you be getting your sneakers? Because I'm up here in New York and I'm basically not getting them. It don't matter if I put my debit card on Nike and it's
All right.
on
So
me. I can't even set it up to where I could be like,
yeah,
just take the money out. It's just hard to get the sneakers up here.
hold up. Let me try to see if I can help you. Uh, look for this. I got souls.
I
I
got
got
souls
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a like
on
page on Facebook. It's a like page on
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You
all right,
got it?
bet.
Let me know.
Yep.
Let me know if you got it. Now in the description, okay. He
Mm-hmm.
got a website where you can. It says I got soul Shopify. There's a telephone number. That's my homeboy. That's the work number. His name is Tweezy. I call
All
him
right.
Tweezy. His name Antoine. Now you can send him a message on that site, and you can see if he could get you a pair of those shoes. That's my shoe
All
plug.
right.
Always been.
All right. Bet.
So yeah, and he's getting ready to open a brick and mortar in Nashville. So when people in the city, they'll be able to swing by and
Mm.
yeah, and be able to cop sneakers.
Okay.
So
And he'll ship out because I'm all the way in New York.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. That ain't gonna matter. He's shipping to New York. He's shipping wherever.
all right, bet.
He's shipping wherever, yo. And when his store
Mm-hmm.
get open, he really gonna he be keeping exclusive Jordans. So when the store open, it's gonna be a little bit more than that.
Okay.
You better do
Thanks
that.
for that.
Now the other question, well, we kind of already kind of tackled it, but dealing with like the scientists. So
Mm-hmm.
when we dealing with like scientists, we got to know what kind of scientists that we're dealing with. Because if you're dealing, if let's say for instance, uh, let's say we're dealing with like a some type of electrical scientist,
Yeah.
right? And they talking about vaccines. What the hell do they, you know what I mean? How could they actually deal with that? They're not even in the field. So when we do things, we gotta deal with people in the field. So what's a vaccine scientist? What vaccine scientists can we go and we converse with? Those vaccine scientists, that means you're gonna deal with epidemiologists, immunologists, and virologists. Now they all have a different field, but they all get to the same conclusion. Virologists deal with
Mm-hmm.
viruses. Immunologists deal with your immune system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Epidemiologists, they're gonna get into their work. So they all play a vital part in answering the question regarding vaccine science. So when we make our conclusion based on uh just just how we feel, an emotional feel versus a scientific feel, we got to slow it down. Now let me just do a little bit of research. See what I'm saying? What I'm pushing for, and I couldn't believe you did it. I'm pushing for you to kind of like look. So like when they hit you with the Twitter links, the
Yeah.
two, the lady, right? Or the white lady.
Mm-hmm.
So when they hit you with the Twitter links, the first thing that we all should do, and because I think you got University Chemistry Press books, right?
Fact.
Right. All right. So and they talk research methodology a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
the first thing we got to do is get familiar with the author. Like, who is this person and why are they saying what they saying?
Mm.
So anytime, like when you send me something and it be like some pseudo stuff, either somebody else already sent it to me, or I be like, I'll tell you in a minute, and then I get back with you with the info.
Right.
So the first thing that I do is I
That's
get
why
familiar.
people don't.
Go ahead.
Right, because time, not to cut you off, every time I come to you and I use you as a source, and then I be so, you know, damn, what's the word? Damn, confident, because I know black people that I'm arguing with online don't read no books, and people be going off of what a meme said, or because when I first got into everything, I guess becoming conscious, I don't like the word, you know, try to the conscious community, because there's so much wrong information floating around in the conscious community. Because remember when I asked you about that book? Um, Hold on, let me get the book. I have to show you.
Appreciate it, brother Nahisi. I know you tuned in. Brother Nahisi was
You
telling he was just
remember when I
telling
asked?
me oh yeah.
And I was mad because I thought I knew something. And I was like, you was like, nope, it's a bunch of Persuado. What's the name in there? And I'm like, damn. So I just relearned that over. Um, this this book, this one, I think they need to rewrite that, because over the years, I forgot this black man name, but he along, because you know they're not gonna give no black people no funding to do this, but he had contact this Russian lady, and they went over in Kemet, and they had found, they digged up something, and they have found about 15, I think, to 20 new pages of the Book of the Dead. So they have to rewrite that, the Papyrus of Annie. That has to be rewritten. And then I think about last year they found some more. No, they just recently found like a scroll. They said it was like 10, 16 feet long or something like that in Egypt. I mean, in
Hmm.
Kemet 2, 3 months ago. So they need to rewrite that over. Um, but yeah, like you said, University of Kemet Press. I usually just read those books. Those I have somewhere else. I don't have all of the books. I know I need some more. I know I need to get some of the stuff that you've been writing on. Like I said, anytime when you had presented that presentation that you had about the vaccines, I was showing my moms and everybody on how vaccines work, because it's hard to explain stuff to black people, because sometimes black people just want to, even with me, in the inbox, even though you presenting stuff to me and I'm just like, no, no, no. And I was
Hmm.
wrong for that. But I'm glad I came on here, so you would straighten me out, because I don't want to go in the public like that. That's why I don't have any beliefs. It's either I know or I do not know. It's no in between for me. And then people who deal with beliefs be talking to me like through that belief, and then that's when they go from black and white, and then I can't really get my point across because of it's coming from such a religious standpoint that I don't want to hear it. So it's like I'm already shutting you down. But then if we having a debate and it's like, okay, you're not agreeing with me, I'm not agreeing with you, but it's on a matter where it's like, okay, we can agree to disagree, but it's not like that. Like, black people don't really listen, to take heed. They really listening to, like, just to argue back with you, just to put it in plain context and stuff like that. But no, I know I was rambling a little bit, but I was just going off about a few different things. But yeah, just the basis of um just in the community where I live in at, right?
Hmm.
I'm from Mount Vernon, New York. We just had a visual for DMX last night. But I'm walking through the crowd and I'm with my mans. I'm like, we can't stay here long, because you don't even feel the love in the park. Even though we there for X, and I know the crowd, I know everybody there, and I know why we there, but it's just the tension. As soon as maybe, shoot, I say 10, Shawn, maybe 10 minutes after the mayor like put the mic down, two people get shot. And one dude walked into the It's called News Channel 12, and they was outside, and
Mm-hmm.
he had to jump in the back of their van. He got shot. My man's got shot 3 times in his chest, and he had to jump in the back of their van to get cover. But police was already responding to another shooting down the block, like literally taking care of somebody else being shot down the block, and had to come. Mind you, Shawn, let me tell you this: my city right now having a hard time paying their bills, so the police officers don't have no gas in their car to, patrol the city, and they think it's a joke. And once they put that information out that there was hardly any police patrolling, Chase Bank and Bank of America got hit in my city. Mind you, my city is only 4.4 square miles and it's 70,000 people. And it's stuff like that. Like, people don't look at stuff like that, bro. Like, it's only 4.4 square miles, yet it's almost 70,000 of us here. But if we travel like 30 minutes, 40 minutes up Westchester, where I'm from, there's towns where the white folks live at that are about 20, 25 square miles. And there's only 2 to 3,000 people that live in a city because it's much more spread it out. But they'll have it seem like, overpopulation, or make it seem like because it's such a dense population of people here that this is why this is like that. No, it's only like that because y'all made it like that. You know what I'm saying? Or if you see a big train station, right? If you see a train, you know how you see a train going like above the street?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you would see that? Now, most people don't really just go above a lot of people head, but how could you begin to like develop where you live at your community when things like that are in the way? Like, you have big major highways built on the side or like through communities. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no space for you to like branch out and build things. That's how it is where I'm at. I'm explaining where my area is at, like Mount Vernon, Bronx. It's like that. You would come, you would see, you could go blocks and just see empty big ass buildings just spread it out. And but you would see a project building that has like 70 something floors. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand why that is. And then I'd be like, I'll watch your stuff on YouTube, and then I'll go out in the community and be like, yo, such and such, I read this, look at this. Don't want to do that. A lot of black people don't even like feel, unless they possess something of materialistic value or have it, you don't really feel too much of themselves. Like, especially where I'm at, scamming is a big thing. Um, where you at, bro? You down south, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm down south.
Yeah, I don't know if, nah, I know how niggas down there give it up, but right now that's a big thing up here. And you know what the SBA is?
Yeah.
SBA
Um,
loans.
yeah, you talking about, yeah, government loans.
Yeah. Well, the feds just did a sweep in my city. About 400 people got caught doing that. So, and you talking about people who got over like 150,000. Um, some people got condos to move. A lot of people. That's why a lot of people feel the way they feel. Black people feel the way about Trump, because they feel like when he came about, he cracked open that safe, and black people was able to, well, from where I'm at, make amends for themselves. Because if you go from the project to the condo, you're not gonna really be too mad at nobody. You know what I'm saying? What I'm getting at with that one.
Peace and single.
You, you can
Yeah,
hear
nah,
me?
I know what you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know what you're saying. So basically, there's an information. There's a lack of information and trust in the information in Mount Vernon, and or just in the black community in general. And
Right.
and yeah, it's like you said, the project building, there's 70 floors and a bunch of people in there, but there's a lot of misinformation that gets passed around because everybody on social media, like you just said. So, all
Right.
right, so today I just got my second shot, right? So right now, my arm can get stiff if I ain't moving it. But if I move it enough within that hour,
Mm,
I'm loose. But the minute I don't move it, it gets
right.
stiff and it gets sore. So about I see where my pain level is. So if my arm right here, like it is right here on my shoulder, and then I kind of ease up, I see here I get stiff. Here I get more pain. Here I get an increase of pain.
Mm,
But the moment I go all the way
mm,
up here, I get way more pain. But I leave it up here, right? I keep trying to go higher and higher and higher to get a pain threshold, and then the pain begins to ease now after so many seconds. So this after you get the vaccine, like hours. I got the vaccine at like 10, 10, something like that. And then I hurried up and got home and then I jogged 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? And then I wanted to get it
mm,
in because I waited 3 hours or something like that. If I'm trying to jog, I can still jog and do this. I can, but then I get a little tolerant, a little problem right there. But nah, I'm cool right there. So I want to clear
but
some. I just want
you
to clear, huh? That's the most I've had today from
now,
the vaccine. It's just
you,
pain at the injection site.
mm, you know, like when it rain outside, when certain people have like aches and pains, like does it
Yeah.
like fluctuate between like sunny or like rainy weather?
Yeah, like it
Like
needs
if the
somebody who
pain is
had bad
worse
knee.
on rainy days, right?
Mm, no, not like that per se. Nah, it's just because you just got a
Oh,
shot now. It didn't hurt going in. You just got a vaccine shot. So it didn't hurt going in, it didn't hurt coming out. It's just the fact that your body knows there's something there and it's trying to do something. So you have
right.
working like that. Now, you can see I ain't got no swelling, no redness, nothing like that. Now, this is the same arm that I got my first shot in. See what I'm saying? It's the
Mm,
same arm right here.
yeah.
Now, when I got done running and I got out of the shower, this whole spot right here was red because of the Band-Aid that I had on it. So I just took the Band-Aid off, but that was because I was running and sweating and all that, and it was bringing it up to the skin level. So, but I do want to say this. We're trying to make we're trying to put together a cohesive effort in order to educate our people about vaccine science. We're not trying to promote not getting the
Right.
vaccine. The reason that we're not promoting not getting the vaccine is because people have been infected with the vaccine and they have have been infected, not with the vaccine, with COVID-19 and have found relief from the vaccine. Long haulers, like people who are hard to breathe.
Mm,
You're in New York, so you got to respect Jason Tatum,
mm,
Boston Celtics. He has to use an inhaler now because he caught COVID-19. So he's not normal. Now, he probably will receive
mm,
some relief if he got the vaccine
right.
because because of the technology and all of that and the way it's been resolving for long haul. But he's a long hauler. He's this high class athlete in his 20s, making millions of dollars, infected with COVID-19, and now he's using an inhaler. Like you know what I'm saying? He developed a sense of asthma because of it. Yo, you see dude in the chat? He said no redness and he light skinned. That's good. Ah, the hate. But nah, man, we just gotta be careful with like what we share. Like when people send you information like
Can't
that,
see the chat. That is
oh yeah, you probably gonna have to look at it from like
I
something else.
can see the chat.
Yeah, if you hit the little button over there, yeah. But we gotta just be careful with misinformation altogether. You see what I'm saying? There's no scientist that will say or not promote vaccines. If they say they're a scientist, right, and they promoting
Mm,
not getting a vaccine, you need to check their credentials. You need to see what kind of scientists are they? Are they in the field? Are they in the field? And if they are in the field, to what degree or what level? Because you have veterinarians. I mean, yeah, you have like pet veterinarians telling you not to get certain stuff. Hold on, you just deal with dogs. What do you just deal with cats? And you deal with all kind of animals. What are you talking about? And then you have people that are dentists. You have people that are doctors that are dentists telling you how they feel about certain things. Then you have people that are like pediatricians. You see what I'm saying? They're not all they do is just administer. You know, they don't even be the ones, the doctor, you know, in certain hospitals, it be the nurses that be administering the vaccine sometimes. You feel me? So you gotta just be careful who you're talking to, because you don't want someone misleading you in the wrong direction. Say most people I know listening to YouTube scholars, and that's an issue, and they don't want to listen to experts. So what we have to do is, like when I do times with Shawn videos, I leave the sources. I leave the sources in the description. So if you want to learn something, just look in the description of the video and you can pull the sources and kill it. Like when people was running around talking about the nurse said that she got the vaccine and
I know that.
You broke up.
Mm-hmm.
You broke up when you were saying something.
No, I want to say something. Hold on, because I see it in the comment section. Said, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I was Taharka, he was looking up square miles in the city.
Because
you broke up.
Yeah. So I'm like, because a lot of people don't think of stuff like. You can hear me now. It's pouring in New York right now, so that's probably why the service is bad. But a lot of people do not think of stuff like that, because I had to point that out to someone. I was like, we down here in Westchester, Rochester. If you go 30, 40 miles up from where I'm at, that's mostly where white people are at. A lot of old white. Actually, a lot of them towns up there are named after Indian people. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, like the Trail of Tears basically started over here in this area. And then ended in North and South Dakota. That's why they got all that land over there now and stuff like that. But all of this stuff, if you go up there, all of this named after Indians, and it's about 3 to 5,000 people living in 25 square mile radius. They don't really see each other like that. You talking about a house and then like a guest house on certain private lakes. It's just versus where I'm at. Now you got the projects, and then where my mother building is at, it's like income-based rent. Meaning there's people that live in them buildings, bro, that got 3-bedroom apartments and not paying no more than $50, maybe $60 a month, because you just set it up that way. You can get it like that. Like, all right, Shawn, say you got a 2-bedroom and then you got it and you showing up pay stuff, they know you working, and then you tell them you lost your job and you can prove that, you know, now you only paying $50 for your rent for the rest of until you get another job. I forgot how you can lock it into where you can pay that 50 for the rest of the time that you have one of them apartments. It's called Greater Centennial. But yeah, it's set up like that in certain areas. Only where I'm at in Westchester. Because once you get to the Bronx and stuff, that's considered the city. So that's set up a little bit different. The laws in Westchester are different from the laws in like the city. You could do more in the city than you could in Westchester. Certain things that you would do in the city, like, let me see, like certain things that you would qualify for that you wouldn't qualify down where I'm at. It's just strange. I'll try to give you an example, but I can't even.
No, you good. No, I understand. I mean, we got income based stuff here, yo. So I knew what you was getting at. But I want to show y'all something real quick. Again, shout out to Doggy Diamonds for having me and Unc on the show the other day. We kicked some vaccine stuff. I don't want to focus on the actual video. I want to focus on the chat. Not really this chat, the comments. This video has over 10,000 views, yo. 10,000 views, right? So as soon as we start the video, well, this person 2 days ago, this is Doggy Diamond's video with me and Unc on it. Me and Unc was on here talking about vaccine. So look, this dude says I'm done at 32:22. These dudes are bugging. So of course, I'm having a little fun. Yeah, he's an idiot. And then I simply say, prove him wrong. Don't talk in a comment thread. Show him prove he's wrong. You're emotional. And then he said, yo, these guys are idiots. They are so ignorant that it's scary. And these are the type of guys who don't believe in Jesus. And then old boy says, take the jab then. And then this guy laughs at Big Don. He said, I couldn't make it past 10 minutes. I see why you was done. And then I respond, I've gotten the vaccine, sir. He says, so you want to be a test dummy. Good luck with that. Now, these are the people that think it. I was like, Fresh Don, trial's over. You know what I'm saying? He said, then he said, you should take Johnson & Johnson for the second shot. That's dumb. I got Moderna. And J&J has 2-shot trial. Shaking my head, man. Y'all don't study. Y'all keyboard tough. Think you're going to defeat science from social media without doing real research. Then he said, so I guess you're going to get that booster shot 4 to 6 months. So I clean him up on this. Moderna doesn't require a booster shot every 4 to 6 months. I suggest y'all learn more about vaccine science. It is funny how y'all have absolutely no evidence, and the only evidence y'all argue over is what the scientific community produces and puts forth with facts based on real data. And then Slick says, did you even read the article? And he's talking about the booster shot or whatever. I said, bro, booster. It's no need for a booster shot. You get 2 shots only from Moderna and Pfizer. And if a booster is needed for new variants, it will be readily made and available ASAP. No new booster is required after 6 months of Moderna vaccine is showing effectiveness over a year. And Pfizer, the most recent data proves 6 months good too, good to go. But still counting you pump faking and shaking my head, you confusing data and arguments. Let me let somebody in. That's you again. So let me continue. Then he says, I want you to remember 6 months from now, you better read those articles. You better also read between the lines. So let me help you out. Ongoing studies are monitoring immune responses beyond 6 months, as well as determining the effect of a booster dose to extend the duration and breadth of activity against emerging viral variants. Our data show antibody persistence and thus support the use of vaccine in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. And then I said, it says 6 months. They are looking into possibly, but it's not certain. I said, I don't care either way. I'm vaccinated. I ain't about to experience any of those symptoms or long-term COVID. And then I source him up. Then Lance come in and he jump on the dudes and call him stupid. He told me that he just got his second shot of Moderna as well. We laughing at them. So now we move on to the next comment. Who GMO'd the food? The same people that you want us to trust. Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
Exactly. Hold on. So then they go on, this guy again. I'd rather take my chances with food any day than to take the death jab. He called it the death jab. 50 comments, yo. 50 likes. Yeah. Good luck. Look, good luck. Food killed more people than a vaccine has ever. This person says, I'm with you. I eat right. Our bodies don't need vaccines. He's saying his body don't need no vaccine. Come on there. The point is we eat every day and think nothing of it. But foods kill more people. He meant food kills more people than ever a vaccine would. Then he says, people crack me up. She says, people crack me up. Since y'all, she with us. She gonna tell me thank you. Then she asked the question. This wicked system doesn't want to give Black people reparations to be financially independent, but they are concerned with overall health of Black people. See, this is dumb. This is dumb. And this person, then you're gonna have people agree with it. Like the comments tell you everything. What does financially independent have to do with a vaccine? What does it have? Bro, if they gave you financial independence and you ain't got no vaccine and you attract a virus, you ain't spending none of the money you just got. So the
What
goalpost, if you
did
read
I
the comment,
say? I said black do not.
hold on, where you at? Where you at?
Nah, I was listening to you.
Okay. So the
You can hear me?
comments, yeah.
Yeah.
The comments, the comments is key here. The comments is key here. So they gonna tell you everything you need to know why Garfield said what he said about black people the other day on his show. Watch. Just watch.
I think he.
Just watch. Just watch.
Nah,
Wow.
Garfield.
I know he didn't say autism is part of an eating disorder. She don't even know what causes autism. So they go on and they say everything else. She said that pissed me off. As a parent with severe autistic son, that pissed me off. And I've educated myself on the table to understand that the son is doing blah 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 blah. And she didn't even say anything. They didn't even understand Unc's point about the eating disorders. The eating disorder was about the parents, the mothers, the fathers, the mothers, more importantly. Poor eating habits can cause it. They didn't even know that information, yo. He wasn't disrespecting them at all. All right, so look, LOL, look how mad the vaccine got Unc. It's messing with his emotions. I literally just stopped by to see if Unc and the boys were still talking like agents. Yep, shout out to the old Unc's Crack Pipe channel. But it used to go hard. See what I'm saying? Then Doggy said it perfect. 5 companies, 1 disease. A fair question when you can't convince me to trust these farmer freaks. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. This one got 30 comments. Once they said they don't believe in Sabi, they was done. You can believe what you want, but I healed myself from the information Sabi was given. My liver was damaged, and 6 weeks later, I was healed. Doggy, please reach out to KT to Arts degree. Yo, check this out. I responded to the dude. I said he's pseudo and lied. And I've tried his products and diet. Don't work. Watch what he says. I can't speak to the products. So he's never tried Dr. Sabi's products, but he's healed himself and he's took Sabi's advice. How could you heal yourself? How? So he goes on and, they run amok in the comment section. Like, you ain't got to watch. I mean, when you watch the video, we dropping the science, we giving them facts, and we sourced up. Boy, you keep dropping. We sourced up, but it just be the issue. We get some credit here. We don't get a lot of credit in this chat. FDA and CDC just put a pause on Johnson & Johnson vaccine, bro. Kind of looking like an agent. You don't understand. See, they think that Johnson & Johnson is the only vaccine that they're giving people.
Right, but a lot of black people are going by that narrative right now, so they don't care who else got a vaccine. They just know that one vaccine did that to them people. They don't care where
What
they was
people?
from.
It didn't do it. Listen. So listen. If you listening to me read these comments in the chat, these are black people that are commenting in the chat on the video. When did black people who's supposed to be so superior and super pro-black begin to care about 6 European white women who contracted platelets, blood clot platelets from Johnson & Johnson, which is rare? When did the super pro? Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
You call them the enemy, you call them the devil, you call them a rhesus monkey, you call them all kind of names and all kind of things like that. You say you don't trust them, and then you parroting like I said, the only information that we're arguing over, bro, is the information that that the scientific community has put forth. They don't have no valid arguments. They just put a pause on it. He didn't even explain why. So I'm trying to clear it up for him so he can understand the point. But of course, he gets attacked. And then he says, never going along with any of these virus scam ever. The CDC, who all the governments can funk off and piss off a flagpole. Craziness. Doggy. And then this sister right here, yo. She goes from the vaccine to talking about the dude who killed himself. He killed himself. Now I dropped the source in here,
Okay.
but YouTube blocked the source. The the dude that worked for the FDA from Atlanta, who was struggling with his sexuality and all that stuff. He was in the men and he killed himself. She gonna turn around and say that something else had happened to that guy, like they killed him or something. And then it says whenever a black man uses the term malarkey, he's the feds. It's like smoking a stranger's blunt. I don't know what's in it. They didn't prove their point. She said we didn't even prove our point. Fauci owns like 100 patents dealing with the virus. Lies. We did prove our point. Vaccines do work. We were on your channel and we was on Doggy's channel and we sitting there and we vaccinated. All right, the brother said failed in trials. Apparently he failed in trying to hear and understand the CDC has mostly inconsistent of their own sources. What do you mean? He was unclear. Let me not thumb that down. Sounds like an agent. Doggy, your patience with these cats is unmatched. Much respect. See what I'm saying? Like, we took a beating. We took a beating, and it's not done. They go on and 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 on. It don't stop. This is the ignorance in the community, and these are black people. No, it's not white people. It's black people. The vaccine killed X. See what I'm saying? Like, yo, it doesn't stop. No one talks about vitamin K vaccine and is getting a gateway contribution to autism. It's craziness. People who took the vaccine are telling the negative effects from taking the vaccine. I think I'm on here. No negative effects. People commenting. Rhonda, he commenting. Kofi, he commenting. Not Kofi Pie side, the other Kofi. You know what I'm saying? Buddy hit me up. I don't have to wear a mask, but due to many new variants, I wear a mask. New variants present new problems. Until this virus is under control and more people are vaccinated against it, all safety measures need to stay in play. Hence, the Chinese stay wearing masks. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to educate people on the go, yo. And then look, get RZA on the podcast. This is craziness. Nanotechnology, bro. See what I'm saying? Like, they don't know what they're talking about. They just want to be anti something. I'm not taking it. Just say you're not taking it and not give us the other 5 comments that you gave in the comment thread. Don't take it. Negative. Check the history. Egypt. What? Nah, this guy wasn't it. Agent What kind of data is 1 out of 40 and 1 out of 7? That's weird. Nah, you didn't understand what he was educating you on. Smallpox during that time. Stop being this agent on Doggy, please. See what I'm saying? We got a shout out. Like, it don't stop. This is what we're dealing with. So, black community, should anyone worry about the jab? Shouldn't matter skin color. To her point, we're speaking to our community because our community is uneducated on vaccine science. Our community doesn't really deal with it. See, look, watch this. He puts his trust in Caucasian ideology. And above him, she says, black community, shouldn't anyone worry about the jab? Shouldn't matter skin color. She's correct here. Shouldn't matter skin color. Shouldn't matter at all. I get her point, but we're speaking to our community because we're behind. There's more people vaccinated in that's white than black. And this dude gives the point, the blackology point. He puts his trust in Caucasian ideology. Can't believe or trust him at all. He doesn't believe in the one true God, bringing up a pagan gods. Wow. So now we're religious. Unc is cool, but can be seen as a little too radical for most. I ain't want to read all this. KT can drop the level of the audience where they can keep up, where Unc can be seen as an antagonist or whatever. I don't even know what he's trying to say, but he don't really agree with the information. Doggy, contact Dr. Valentine. Are you freaking serious? after Doggy just sit there and said he ain't listening to Phil Valentine because he said paint your walls with lead. What up, Zane? What up, Damo? Correct. The organized lie defeats the disorganized truth every time. Facts. Let me continue. There's no such thing as an airborne virus, y'all. Cap. Super cap. You see the idiots? They don't even know that the complexity of this virus is real. It's airborne. But they just sit here and said it's not. How did it get from China to America? Anybody know how it got from China to America? Yeah, it had hosts. And then once it got to America, how did it spread? And once it spread from those locations, how did it get out into the population? Because everybody wasn't at an airport. Unfortunately, a tough crowd. However, this presenter is misinformed, which decreased his credibility. As a medical professional that has received the vaccine, I understand what he is saying. However, he lost my support when he said autism is an eating disorder. No, sir. I support and believe in Dr. Way. She out of her mind, but she got the vaccine. Dr. Sabi was a charlatan, though, a modern-day snake oil salesman. They killing him, rightfully so, because she don't know. She doesn't understand what he's saying. She said vaccines laced in heavy mercury are dangerous and toxic. Then you're not a medical doctor because you know the vaccines aren't laced in heavy toxins. So you just decreased your credibility. As a matter of fact, that's just how I feel. But it goes. Hold up, my brother might be outside. What up, Bell? All right, I'm gonna pull it. Here I come. All right. All right, so hold on one second, y'all. I gotta run down my steps. Hold it down for me real quick. I'll be right back. He ain't said nothing. All right. So yeah, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. The comments was brutal. We couldn't get nothing going. Uh, bruh, you in here, but you ain't saying nothing.
Nah, I was saying so. Damn, I forgot what the hell I was trying to say
You went on
before.
mute.
Damn. Oh, when COVID first came here, right? The first place, in the United States, I believe, the first case was in New Rochelle. New Rochelle is right by Mount Vernon.
Correct.
Um,
New York came
yeah,
from Europe.
literally, huh?
Came from Europe.
That man that came back, yeah, some man came back from Europe, and he literally walked past, I think 9 people, and they got it. Mind you, New Rochelle is by like the water, so, and they got this place called Glen Island, and Glen Island was basically turned into like ground zero. That's where everybody would go and get tested for COVID, and like it was just crazy around them times because they New Rochelle Hospital, which is Sound Shore, they was just piling up bodies in the hallway in the hospital because they was running out of space. That's how many people was just dead and dying from COVID around here. I wish I could give you the I gotta find the links and send them to you so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at some of the comments um, regarding the chat. Yeah, like people people understood like what we was up against. What they saying as far as masking use is safe for all. Nothing 100% correct. Nothing's 100%. Look at Nahisi. Do they know how many companies make ibuprofen? Nah, they don't, Nahisi. And they don't know that they can die from taking, like, you know what I'm saying, like Tylenol and stuff like that. But man, I'm gonna end this joint though. I don't want to hold too
Hey,
many
did
people.
people die before taking that?
Who
Or
ibuprofen?
put something in it though. That was in the
People
80s.
people die from taking aspirin,
Yeah,
ibuprofen and
I
stuff too.
remember. I remember something specifically happening. I think in the 80s where they put something in the Tylenol and it was killing people.
I don't know. Not too aware of such, but yeah, he says, I'm so glad this is all on record. Time is going to tell on these ignorant clowns. Scientific literacy is a must. Yeah, so
Like,
yeah, right. Hold on though, hold on 1 second. I don't want to end it like this, so I'm gonna rock out a little bit longer. Let me see. Anybody want to come on? They got any questions, comments, concerns? They want to talk about the interview on Doggy Diamonds. Um, I'll just put the link in the chat. See if anybody want to come on and Bill before we end. But nah, now you see the seriousness of misinformation because I can show you where misinformation led to deaths.
right.
And there's no scientific evidence that mRNA vaccines will reduce the population. So people running around talking about population control, no evidence for that stuff, man. That's a claim and it's bogus. You know what I'm saying? So just get that out of here. So anybody want to come and jump? You know what I'm saying? If you got something you want to say about the interview, if you got something you want to say about the information we dropped, if you want to question the information, the link in the chat. Appreciate that too, Smooth.
Yeah, you see, someone said that the Tylenol was laced with potassium cyanide. See, I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yes, someone
Nahisi
said
was
it's
gonna
in
be on it.
1982.
Yeah, Nahisi on that. You know what I'm saying? That's the side. That's the silent killer right there.
Mm-hmm.
He don't say nothing. He just listen to people make bogus claims and then he lays them up. That's why I said notice what I said when you brought that out. What did I say? I said I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, I did. But nah,
You
I
heard
just
what
cut
I
you
said
off
though,
because I
right?
knew what I
Like,
was talking about.
yeah, no. I ain't say you didn't know what you was talking about.
Nah, I
I
know.
said what I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? Most people
Yeah,
can't say that. Most people can't say I don't know. They try to keep themselves relevant in the conversation
facts.
instead of just removing themselves from the conversation and just simply saying I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that.
Right.
You yield the floor. You yield the floor to give someone else an opportunity to teach you something,
Mm.
and so then you can go back and corroborate that information after the fact to make sure that what they just told you was accurate.
Right.
Appreciate that. But yeah, I didn't know if anyone wanted to speak on something, you know what I'm saying, or if they want to talk about uh, that deadly diamonds chat over there. You know what I'm saying? I call it deadly, but doggy diamonds chat.
Yo, bro, you follow Chief X?
Nah, man, I don't even want to bring him up over here, bro. Nah, just leave him where he at.
Nah, please, can I say something? Because
Nah,
yo,
no,
oh, oh,
no mentions, bro. No
I
mentions.
like
No
that
mentions. Bro.
short, the short man complex, like he really
Hey,
suffered.
look, bro. Hey, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I already know where you're going. Just leave it alone.
He got.
Just leave it.
I'm in Facebook jail for 30 days right now because of him. Like he
Well, hey, let it
um.
go. Bro. Let it go. We can't feed the beast. You feel me? The beast need fed. Attention feeds the beast. The
That
more
nigga
attention you
crazy.
pay it, the more you'll be in there. He in Facebook jail. He can only inbox you on Facebook. He can't say nothing else. Yeah, that's where he been at. That's what Zane was asking. Where you been at? Yeah, he been in Facebook jail. Straight up. So it looked like nobody want to hop on, man, to kind of add anything to the conversation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end right now. Stay on the lookout for the next times with Shawn. This one was just to bring clarity to our brother. You know what I'm saying? The question I had, which I asked before, how many people were in the phase 3 trials and how long are they watched? We just answered that question, Richard. They're monitored for 2 months, Richard, and then they have a continuance monitoring for 2 years. And the amount of people that was in the trials is over 100,000 people between the three. So one had 40 something thousand, the other one had 30 something thousand, and the other one had 30 something thousand. We answered the questions with the data, Richard. We've been doing that. You asked, we already provided answers for that. We've been answered those questions. So depending on which trial you want to talk about, we can tell you how many people was in that trial based on how that information. And that information is easily researchable. And then they give you the age groups of those people and they break them all the way down. And I told you that after the phase 3 trial ended in December, they monitored the people for 2 more months. However, because they were a part of the trials, they're monitoring these people for 2 years. They gave them journals to write in. They gave them a data reporting link that they use on a daily basis or weekly basis. They want their stories documented through the whole process. But the FDA requires at least 2 months of follow-up data from the individuals who participated in the trials. So they already gave them the 2-month follow-up data. We're well into April. They got the data 2 months ago. Over 100,000 people participated between the three. So I want to. Nah, I feel the same as I felt before I got the vaccine. Outside the fact that my arm started to stiffen up. That was it. I haven't nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. My arm was just a little stiffy. Is a little stiffy right now. Similar to my first shot. That's it. In Zynga. Felt the same. There's been no weird changes, no sped up heart or nothing. I even ran 3 miles today after getting the vaccine.
Yo, Shawn.
Yeah.
What's your take on GMO, like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that? Because
the reason for GMO is because of the population. So
right.
So most people was eating fruits and vegetables that was full of pesticides and things of that nature. Most people think they eating organic, but they ain't. You just have to pay attention to what they're labeling as organic when it ain't really fully out there. Unless you're growing your own stuff and you seeing it coming from the ground, you can't claim it to be organic.
Right.
But I really don't have a take on the GMO situation.
Because I was watching something and they was comparing a GMO watermelon to like a regular I guess you would label it organic, and
One has seeds and one don't.
Hmm?
One has seeds and one don't. Both taste the same.
Right. But the GMO watermelon had more lycopene in it than the regular watermelon. And the lycopene is what gives strawberries and tomatoes and watermelons that red color. And plus it's good for your heart as well. And it had more vitamin count. It had the GMO watermelon had just way more of everything than the
Way more
regular.
nutrients. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they did say that again?
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying, yeah, it had more nutrients in it than the regular watermelon.
Right. And it was saying that because of the fact that the seeds aren't growing into the watermelon gives it a better chance for it to be sweeter and have more lycopene because of I forgot what it was some scientific term that they used. I forgot the name of it, but I don't think all GMO is bad after I seen that. Like I don't think
Nah. The only people who have a problem with GMO foods are naturalists who think that the earth is the only provided, only the, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Only the organic should be going, the holistic people.
right,
And they, those holistic people aren't even really getting, these organic as much, because it could be like, what is it, 80 something percent of the whatever it is just has to be, and then the other 20 something percent don't have to be for it to be considered organic.
right.
Yeah,
So,
there's a ratio. There's an organic ratio.
mm,
Right, Zane. GMO is an agricultural technique. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. So, hey, man. So appreciate you coming through, bro. I'm about to cut loose. Peace to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all jumping in. On that note, y'all know how we rock. Tune in for the next Signs with Shawn.
Log in to KofiPaisaTV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisai Research Team. From Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisai Research Team. Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisai Research Team. One Night Before Bed by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny. Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisai. From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny. As I learned, we all learn by Kofi Paisai. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaitv.com.